Hi everyone! In this video we are going to look at Zoya's upcoming True collection for spring 2012. This collection will be available January 13th, but you can pre-order certain colors now if you would like to. The collection is intended to have very fresh and dewy colors that are inspired by runway collections, and there is a mix of both cream finishes and metallic finishes. Each color is $8, and you can buy the whole collection for $48. The colors from left to right are Cho, Farah, Bevven, Skyler, True, and Lotus. I'm first going to show you how Cho applies, and this is supposed to be a full coverage vanilla with metallic shimmers in it. So I'm going to apply the color to just these three fingers here. And I don't apply it all the way on the nail because I have to apply a lot of color, so just applying in the middle of the nail makes application and removal much easier. So this is a very light beige color, what Zoya calls nude. Excuse me, what Zoya calls vanilla. And this is how one coat goes on. Now there's nothing on my nails, there's no lotion or cream or anything like that. Okay, so with one coat there is a little bit of streakiness. So I'm going to let this first coat dry and then apply a second coat. Okay, here we go with a second coat, and this color does give off very subtle layer of shimmer because it has extremely finely milled silver pearls in it. So with the second coat, this color is much more bold. You get this very opaque, very pale tan color. Sort of a beige nude. You get this cream type finish here. So it's a great nude color. It does have this hint of yellow in it, so depending on your skin type, it may not work with your skin type. So if you're unsure, you may want to go into a store that actually sells this color and see how it works with your skin color. Next we have Farah, which is a full coverage latte beige cream color. Very similar to Cho here, but Farah definitely has more of a gray or beige tint to it, whereas Cho is a little more yellow in color. So again, I'm just going to start with one coat. And this color goes on more opaquely on the first coat than Cho did. And it definitely has more of a beige or gray tint to it. Okay, so that's what one coat looks like. Now I'm going to apply a slightly thinner second coat since it's pretty opaque already. I'm just going to do this to even out the surface. Alright, so there you go. Farah with two coats. Again, a perfect nude color would be appropriate for any sort of occasion, but this has a little more of a brown tint than the first color that we saw. The next color is Bevven. This is a full coverage pale sage green color with a cream finish. So here is the first coat. very opaque, and Zoya's color description is very accurate. It is a pale sage green color, and I don't even think I will need to apply a second coat with this color. It goes on very evenly and has a pretty opaque finish there. All right, so this is quite a pretty green color, maybe not as appropriate for work, but it's definitely a muted green color, so it's not something really bright or neon and in your face. Here is Skyler. This is again a full coverage, silvered slate blue with a metallic finish. So as you can see, it has larger silver pearls than the three colors that we just saw. So here is the first coat of Skyler. This is sort of a sky slate blue and definitely has a metallic finish. Not as opaque as Bevven, which is the green color. But the color is quite beautiful and the finish is also very beautiful. I'm going to wait for this coat to dry and then apply a second layer. Here's a second layer of Skyler. We're building up the opacity and evening out the finish. Alright, so again you get this beautiful sheen on this color, and you get that sparkly metallic from those silver pearls. Here is True, spelled T-R-U. This is a full coverage gilded purple orchid and also has a metallic finish. Here's the first coat of True. This is a fairly vibrant purple. Also with a metallic finish. The metallic finish doesn't come through quite as much as with Skyler, and I think that's because this is a deeper color, so you just don't see the metallic finish as much. But for example, in the sunlight, you would definitely be able to see the strong metallic finish. So there's one coat, and here's a second layer. It almost doesn't need a second layer, so if you're in a rush and you just want some color on your nails, then one coat is sufficient. But if you want a completely even finish and opaque finish, then you're going to want a second coat here. And whereas Skyler here has a metallic finish with silver shimmer, the color here with True has golden shimmers in it. And last up we have Lotus, which is a full coverage light lotus purple with a metallic finish, and these shimmers are light purple. Here's the first coat. And this purple color is much more of a slate purple, so it has a gray tone to it. The purple that we saw just previously, which was True, didn't have as much of a gray tone to it. So there's the first layer. And here is a second layer. Again, you can probably get away with one coat if you're in a rush or if you want a little more of a semi-opaque finish. That's what 2 coats look like. Alright, so just to compare, this was True, and then this is the color that I just swatched, Lotus. So this is much more of a gray toned purple than True. Alright, so there you have Zoya's upcoming True collection releasing January 13th. I hope you enjoyed looking at the swatches. Overall, this being my first time reviewing an entire Zoya collection, I am quite impressed. You get good color payoff, and a lot of these colors you can even get away with 1 coat, but definitely with 2 coats you get a very opaque and even finish. And these are very nice colors. You get a range of nude to more fun colors without them being too in your face or too out there, so that you could still possibly wear them in like a work context or a more conservative context. And you do get a mix of cream finishes and metallic finishes, so you have different options depending on your taste. Alright, please visit Allura Beauty, where I will have photographs and I will have a full written review detailing in depth how these colors wear and what I think about them. And stay tuned for other reviews, videos, and giveaways on the blog. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.